blade and quill. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. By request, the next tutorials are going to be about how to draw in the Krita. We are going to start with a very popular style called Chibi. Chibis are popular Japanese characters that are small, chubby, with thick limbs and oversized heads. This is what we are going to draw today. Let's get started. Grab a pencil brush. As a rule of thumb, you never draw on the background, so make sure to lock it, this way you won't draw on it by accident. Click on your paint layer to make it active. We are going to start by drawing the head. A chibi's body is usually about the same length as the head. However, you can always make them taller if you want. That said, let's measure the head. Now the challenge is to draw the rest of the body as big as the head. To make this tutorial easy, let's create an easy pose. For the torso, I would advise you to draw a shape that resembles a bin or a pear. Remember, chibis have exaggerated traits, so make sure to create short legs. Now that we are done with the body, it's time to add checkpoints to mark where the eyes and mouth will be. Drawing ears can be very helpful in positioning facial features in the right place. We are not done. We need to draw the hairline. Depending on how your character is positioned, the hairline will be higher or lower. Time to add the eyes. Just like all Japanese characters, eyes must be extremely big. Now, please don't worry about making them perfect right away. Most likely you will redo them several times. We are now just positioning the things out. Finally, place a mark for the mouth. Alright, this is a good start. We are ready to move along and get to the next step. Decrease the opacity of your layer and create a new layer above. We are going to trace over our first draft and add details as we go. Now don't forget that Krita is full of helpful tools. Use the mirror tool to help you draw parts of the body that you want to be exactly the same. Now that we are done with the first tracing, remove the original mapping sketch. We don't need it anymore. Decrease the opacity of your layer and create a new one above. To make the hair more realistic, that is for a cartoon point of view obviously, I want you to draw an X on the top of the head. This will become your parting point. Now take your time and draw a large chunk of hair. Just remember that all your hair chunks must be directly toward that X mark you created. Another tip, try to imagine that you are drawing silk ribbons. The good thing about cartoon characters is that you don't have to make things complicated. First, trace over the arms. Now add some sleeves of some sort. Think about it as being the first fitting. You will redo or correct this later, I can tell you that. So just don't stress about the details at this point. It is way too early. When drawing clothing, try to add movement to it. This will make your creation more interesting. You can now turn off the layer below. Now look at your illustration and see what you can fix. Time to remove the layer with the low opacity. We don't need it anymore. Click on your newly updated draft and rename it this time. This is going to become your official sketch. You can lock it if you want to. As usual, create a new layer and lower the opacity of your sketch. Back to the new layer, you are going to trace over again and add more details to the hair and the body. Turn off the sketch, but do not remove it. This is going to become your archive. Create a new layer above. Decrease the opacity of the last tracing. This time, add details to the clothing. And we are done. I colored it, then realized that the screen recorder was not recording. If I hadn't been so tight on time, I would have refilmed it, but unfortunately I don't have that luxury, so please forgive me. Next week we'll do another drawing, and this time I'll make sure to show you how I color it. That said, I'll see you next time. Au revoir, thank you for watching et à bientôt.